Hi, I'm Shelbey Hernandez, and you're watching MediaPlex Live at 1. In our top story today, Windsor, Essex has just broken the snowfall record for the month of January. The previous record of 86.4 centimeters was set back in 1999. This month, we've already had 86.6 centimeters of snow, which is more than double the average, and we still have a few days to go until the end of January, so hunker down and stay bundled up. Of course, everybody's talking about the polar vortex, so we sent Kyle Simpkins out to see what all the fuss is about.
Just when you thought the polar vortex was over, well, it's back for round 2. With snow removal and road repairs all over the area, what is the cost of the cold to the City of Windsor? Pete Matheson, maintenance manager of the City of Windsor, says as temperatures drop, costs go up.
We've gone through half of our original $3.5 million budget, although the mayor did go back to council and get an additional $1 million for us.
Matheson says there is a good reason for big spending.
The mayor's made it very clear that public safety is number one when it comes to winter control, so we need to spend what we need to spend to make the roads safe and let transportation and traffic move in the City of Windsor.
City engineer Mario Sonego says to predict a winter budget, you have to rely on the law of averages.
You know, anytime you budget for winter effects, whether it's snow removal or salt or anything like that, you kind of deal with what you have in an average winter.
So far, the city has spent about $1.75 million on snow removal and winter repair. But what about you? How can you and your wallet survive the polar vortex? Renee Kellich, owner of Renee's Automotive Service in LaSalle, says batteries and alternators are the most common problem areas for your vehicle during the winter months.
So have your battery tested just to make sure it's up to where it should be. So, if you lose cranking amps, which means the car doesn't turn over as fast as it should, car more than likely won't start in the cold weather.
Killich says a battery test here at his shop is free of charge, but usually it's not that easy. In most cases, a diagnostic or service call is in order, and those can run you about $35 each. A battery, on the other hand, can run you somewhere in the range of $175. To avoid all these problems, Killich does have one piece of advice.
If you have a block heater, plug it in.
Kyle Simpkins, MediaPlex News.
Windsor City Council has been talking about plans for the new City Hall building. City Council reconvened last night and after 2 hours of discussion voted 10-1 to proceed with the construction of the new building. Mayor Eddie Francis says the new City Hall is scheduled to be completed by 2018 and should be paid for by then as well. 2 out of 3 people in Canada suffer from mental illness and never tell anyone because they fear judgment. Reporter Sean Preble took a look into what Bell Canada is doing to help fight the silence.
Bell's Let's Talk Day is being held today in an attempt to raise awareness of mental health stigma in Canada. In cities, schools, and even news agencies across the country, the talk has begun. As part of the campaign, for every text message sent, long-distance call made, tweet using hashtag #BellLet'sTalk, or Facebook share of the Let's Talk image, Bell will donate 5 cents to help fund mental health initiatives from coast to coast. Dr. Mohsen Beg, director of the University of Windsor's Counseling Center, says the day is being used to help educate people about mental illness.
So I think it's just building a network of support and increasing the knowledge that there are resources out there. You don't have to suffer in silence.
And we learned from Dr. Beg that there is a 24-hour completely anonymous helpline for post-secondary students called Good to Talk. For those who need to speak to someone, you can reach a counselor at 211. Turning to weather today, we have a high of -16 degrees Celsius with cloudy periods. Tonight we'll have more clouds and it will be -17 degrees. Tomorrow the cold will be letting up just a bit with a high of -10 and cloudy periods. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Shelbey Hernandez and you've been watching MediaPlex Live at 1.